Hello and welcome. I'm Tafarag Damum. The last day of this Ethiopian year is set to be observed as Unity Day, exploring, as my guest says, the challenges the country faces and the opportunities it seeks. Ambassador Dina Mufti, who is also a member of the National Committee set up for the purpose, says the day is going to be a very busy one. A very warm welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
The National Unity Day, what exactly are you aiming at? I know you had a series of meetings, interministerial, of course. What basically are you aiming at?
Thank you very much. The National Unity Day, which is going to be celebrated at the national level, and of course at international level as well.
The last day of the Ethiopian year.
Ethiopian year, which is Pagume, is a day which is to be celebrated for two major purposes. One is actually to celebrate the unity that Ethiopians have had in the past and the unity that should continue. The challenge with this unity and the opportunities as well, this is one, is actually to vow, to commit Ethiopians for strengthening their solidarity, their unity in the coming year. And these are the two objectives that this committee which is working to organize this is working for.
In what form do you think that Ethiopians are?
Well, one is actually there will be occasions, there will be activities that will be associated with this Unity Day. There will be a music festival, art festival, there will be sport festival as well, and occasions like coffee ceremonies which will celebrate this, through which Ethiopians will come together and vow to commit to the strengthening the unity of this country. And this will take place on the very day, on the same day. And this is the 5th of Pagume. Pagume is actually the last month of Ethiopian year, and it is an eve of the national year, New Year as well. By the way, it is the major objective is actually to celebrate both opportunities and challenges.
Let's talk about the challenges.
Yes.
Do you think the Ethiopian unity is challenged now, or is it at the crossroads? Is it because the emphasis on unity is interesting, is it not?
Well, throughout the Ethiopian history, throughout the history of the nation, the unity has challenges as well. Challenges that come either from external sources or the internal sources. At times they are intermingled. One accentuates the other. One exacerbates the other. Mainly it is external, but it is exacerbated. The internal will be. So there has been challenges. There has been challenges. There was also, at times, Ethiopians had a problem of challenges that has come from the colonial invasion as well, which Ethiopia has defeated and has made Ethiopia unique in the history of the African countries by defending its independence, by fighting colonial forces like fascism and the history of its survival. And that has given Ethiopia actually the big time and big name as well. It has been an exemplary also for the rest of the world, for Africans as well as for the rest of the world, which had been vying for their independence. So these were some of the challenges, and that challenge has continued. And still there are challenges. There are forces that would like to undermine Ethiopian unity. There are forces that would like to weaken Ethiopia. There are forces that actually would like to prevent Ethiopia from using its natural resources like Nile River. Now the challenges that has to do with the dam reconstruction could be cited in this case. These are some of the challenges, and there are opportunities also that come with this. Whenever there are challenges, there are opportunities that are associated with the challenges, and that opportunities had been maximized by Ethiopians on years by way of defeating the colonial forces, at times setting an example for the rest of the world that have been vying or struggling for its independence.
So are you saying that there are plenty of opportunities lying ahead?
Definitely. If unity is forged, if unity is strengthened, if unity continues, definitely there are opportunities that Ethiopians can maximize.
So, in order to maximize those things you just mentioned, it is going to be a process.
Definitely, it's not something that can happen overnight, and you reap the fruits overnight. It's something that should take throughout the process. But whenever challenges come, one has to look for an opportunity and work for it as well. This is what Ethiopians have to do. There are challenges with their independence, challenges with survival, challenges with its legitimate right of using its natural resources. But Ethiopia has to unite. Ethiopians have to unite their ranks and exert their pressure against these challenges, exert their forces against these challenges, and work against these challenges and fight these challenges so that at the end of the day, opportunities will prevail and the good harvest will come.
You've mentioned a few events that you have organized in the course of the day. I mean, can we explore that for me?
Yes, this National Unity Day, which is going to be celebrated, is being organized at the national level.
Yeah, that's what I'm heading at. It's not just in Addis Ababa, but...
Definitely, what is happening is actually now the three ministries, sector ministries, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Culture and Sport, are in charge of it as a forefront ministries. But this will be in cooperation with other sector ministries as well as institutions. And what is going to happen is actually as to the venue of these occasions, it is an occasion that should be celebrated by all sectors, be it at federal level or regional level. Now, the regional governments will celebrate it, definitely. They're working on it. The sector institutions, all ministries, all institutions, all commissions for that matter, will be celebrating it. It's not only that, Ethiopian embassies and consulate offices abroad, which are close to 52 and plus, will also be celebrating it together with the Ethiopian diaspora, Ethiopian friends, wherever they are. And it is an occasion that is going to take place both at national and international level by Ethiopians wherever they are. And there will be various activities, as I've tried to cite them initially. There will be sport activities, cultural activities. There will be workshops that will definitely demonstrate what this National Unity Day is all about. There will be exhibitions, actually that will, these are some of the activities that are going to take place. Definitely it's an activity that is to remind Ethiopians of the value of the unity, the challenges that are associated with the unity, and the opportunities that Ethiopians can exploit. It's like creating a new spirit, new strength, new vision for strengthening this unity so as to level it up in the new year.
So you have mobilized the resources needed towards that end. Is that correct?
Everybody will be celebrating it by its own resource. Resource is allotted, and everybody will have a resource. For example, embassies will celebrate it with their own resources from their budget. They do it as the situation needs, and it depends on how they'll do it, actually. And there is no uniformity when it comes to how they do it. The very essence of the matter is actually to celebrate the National Day with one spirit, with one objective, uniform objective of creating strength and creating commitment and zeal for Ethiopian unity.
Is there? It's interesting that you just raised that. How about the perceptions of unity? Is there some form of uniformity across the board in this country?
Celebrating the Unity Day is not about it's not about being uniform. It's not about being one. It's about celebrating the diversity as well. It's about considering the diversity as a source of strength. Ethiopia is a diverse country with various cultures, languages, and habits. Can celebrate it together. It's about celebrating Ethiopia as a nation. The bigger ball is here, Ethiopia. The bigger picture here is the country. This is what we mean by celebrating the Unity Day. It's not about encroaching on the diversity. It's not about oppressing diversity. It's not about suppressing this diversity. It's about letting diversity as it is, but using this diversity as an opportunity for creating greater country.
So you think you have laid the ground for that event that day?
Well, basically, this is the objective, this is the plan, this is the vision of the organizers. I hope this will be shared by many and it will be realized.
Is this going to be an annual event?
There is an intention of making it an annual event. That has not been yet decided, but hopefully it will be an annual event in the annals of the country.
It's also related to peace, is it not?
It is.
Yeah, and the conflict that we find ourselves in.
Peace is in the interest of this country, in the interest of the people of this nation. If there is a country, if there is a people that should yearn for peace, Ethiopia should be maybe one of the first countries, because it has been through conflicts, it has been through problems, through wars, through conflicts of all sorts. So I think peace is in the vital interest of this country. And this Unity Day also will endorse this vision of the prevalence of peace in the country.
In your new job in public diplomacy section of your ministry, you're also, this is pretty much related to what you are doing now, you're talking about now, right? It's pretty much...
Definitely, it has a lot to do with this. The essence of public diplomacy is mobilizing the public for the promotion of the national interest of a given country. It's like mobilizing the public in the country where you want to forge relations with. As you know very well, Mr. Teferra, nowadays the traditional diplomacy, the conventional diplomacy, won't be complete without the support of the public diplomacy. The need for public diplomacy is very, very serious. So when we talk about public diplomacy, we are talking about a wide arenas of activists and activities. We are talking about involving in the promotion of national interest various sectors of society, including the media, the academic institutions, the parliament, the artists, and renowned individuals. So it's about mobilizing the country, and the need for public diplomacy is very much serious and very much critical. And nowadays, there is an interest on the part of our institutions and our country to benefit from public diplomacy, which has to be realized in its full shape. And this is what is going to happen.
What steps have you taken towards that end?
Well, basically, now we are on the planning stage. It's about investigating areas of movements, where you do, what you do, how you do it, who does it. And these are some of the things that we're working on. And definitely by next year, we'll fully move all these resources. And then the national interest will be promoted not only by conventional diplomats. As you know, conventional diplomats are staff of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that are on the payroll of the ministry, but by others. The media is included, private sectors will be included, academics, institutions will be included, think tanks will be included, and all others. So it will be about promoting national interests through all arms, and those arms that I have not mentioned also will be included.
So what key areas are you targeting now as you start your new job as a chief of public diplomacy in the years ahead? I mean, there is a host of issues that you've just mentioned, but definitely...
It's also about prioritizing the issues. It's about identifying the challenge, the current challenge, and the priorities of the nation. And now, for example, the Nile issues, the dam issue is on the top agenda of the country, of the nation. There are misperceptions of what this dam is all about, what it is, and why it has come in some sectors. And so you have to mobilize all those forces that have been mentioned, all those public diplomatic forces, so as to promote your national interest with regard to the dam. The conflict in our northern country is also another critical issue, where you should mobilize your public diplomacy in the sense that you should inform the rest of the world that the government is interested in promoting peace and security and the prevalence of peace. And the need for peace, for national dialogue is critical. You have to promote that as well. And the concrete measures that have been taken by the government also has to be made widely popular in the rest of the world. For example, the creation of the Dialogue Commission in the nation, so as to deal with the serious issues that have been dividing the country for years. Political issues, cultural issues, economic, whatever issues. That has to be widely publicized. That has to be widely told to the rest of the world, and the rest of the world has to be aware of it. And for this, you have to mobilize your public diplomacy wing as well, and others as well. Your relationship with the neighboring countries, for example, the current frozen situations with the current unfortunate situations with Sudan should be made clear to the rest of the world. These misunderstandings, how Ethiopia perceives it, how it could be overcome. If there's a border issue, that border issue could be overcome through civil dialogue. And these are some of the things that you should promote. The bottom line is actually you prioritize the issues, what the national interest is that the country is interested in or should take forward, and how we deal with these priorities. These are some of the things that we'll do.
Well, good luck and thank you very much. And
thank you. Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to you too.